Online course creators and membership providers, AI is changing how we teach, learn, and interact faster than most people can keep up. And if you're running an online course or membership program, this shift isn't just coming, it's already here. So imagine having a 24/7 assistant inside your course, answering questions, guiding members, and keeping people engaged while you sleep. This is exactly what AI agents or bots can do. While it might sound futuristic or expensive or complicated, I actually have a simpler solution for a way that you can get started, a low barrier to entry, which I think is very important because right now, let's be honest, AI is changing faster than we can keep up. This is the approach that I am using to add intelligent support to my programs, to my lead magnets without hiring extra help, learning how to code, or having expensive overhead. This is an easy point of entry to a fast moving pace that's only going to get more powerful. And there's no course, no offer, no coaching, nothing for sale in this video. It's just real info, real tools, and a walkthrough that you can actually use. So if this sounds helpful, please like the video, share it, and give this to a fellow course creator or a community builder. So let's dive into how to make your program smarter. All right, so we're starting with ChatGPT, which is one of the primary engines right now, one of the primary AI uses. So majority of people are going to have this, and that is the reason I'm using this. I'm not saying this is the end all be all best AI bot creator or agent out there. It's just for the purposes of what we're doing today for this low barrier to entry concept, this is the one I've chosen to use. The way this works is we're going to create a trained GPT. So I am using the $20 a month ChatGPT subscription. So that is my cost for this solution I'm sharing with you, which is pretty low. There are other options. There are add-ons you can do. There's a $200 a month version if you want to do some more fancy stuff with API integrations and that sort of thing. Again, I'm going with the simple version. I'm trying to show you how to make this in less than a day and add it to your courses. So you sign into ChatGPT. Like I said, you have to have an account. If you go to explore GPTs, first off, if you've never done this, if you've never explored here, highly recommend it. There's a ton of custom GPTs already created, very useful. But up here in the top corner, you're going to click create. And this is where you're going to create your own. There are two ways to create your own. You can create it through conversation with ChatGPT and it will help you create it. So if you've never done something like this before, I might suggest this method. Or you can actually put in exactly what you want. So in this case, we're going to create an assistant for a leadership program. It's going to run me through some questions. It's going to ask what I want to call it. It's going to ask what I want the name to be. In this case, I'm just going to say yes for everything just to move forward. Sounds good. All right, it's going to generate a picture. This is kind of nonsensical stuff. Honestly, if I were creating this for a business, if I was creating this for resale, I would be using my logo. But for this training purpose, we're just going to keep moving forward. All right, so now what I typically do is I will tell ChatGPT to avoid overused and cliche terms and things like that in all of the responses. I also like to tell it to keep things human and not overly positive because it can tend to overinflate egos sometimes with the responses that it gives. All right, next, I like to train it to go out and pull my actual content that I have used. So let's just go out to our website. So I tell it to familiarize itself with our actual website content. This way it knows our business model, our ideal client, and this sort of thing. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a mismatch because ours is a marketing website and I asked it to create a leadership training, but it is going to learn a little bit about us. So you would do the same thing with your own website. Then I would probably go and pull some key blog posts around the content that I was talking about. I would take those and do the same thing. I would tell it to learn the content in these blog posts and stay up to date with our blog, and I would train it that way. But the more important thing that I would do is under the configure tab here, I would upload knowledge base files. And this is really the key factor here. If you upload actual course content, so the worksheets, the video transcriptions, all of those types of things, if you upload those here, this trained GPT will learn to speak like you. You could even upload transcriptions from conversations you've had with real clients. So a back and forth that you've had, you might want to edit them a little bit before you put them in so that you don't have names and things like that. But you can upload a bunch of files here and it will train the GPT on how you respond and how you answer questions. And so maybe having this be a general leadership course bot is a little too general. Maybe you have specific courses that you want to train it on. So you would do that. You would actually take the specific course content and specific conversations you've had during workshops around that material. If you have a workshop training, you upload the transcription here and it's going to train it on that content. Now, some other things you can do is you can read through here's actually what it created based on my prompts, and you can update and correct anything that you see there. You can correct the description, you can give it a different name and a different photo here if you didn't like the one it came up with. The conversation starters are actually going to be some prompts for the users. So you may want to update those too to be the initial questions that you expect your users to ask, just to kind of get them going. And you may not even need 4 or 5. You may want it to start with 1. If you have a system that you run people through, then that's a great example of you want it to start with the single question number 1. And then you want to tell it in the create or in the details, you want to tell it, ask these 4 questions one at a time and wait for the responses. Those are the types of ways that you can train this GPT, and you can train it pretty quickly. Then here you have capabilities. I do like to keep web search on because I do connect it to my website and my content and all of that stuff, but you may want it to just pull from your files and not pull from the web. Canvas may or may not be needed in this case. That's where it can break out and create documents and different types of things. You probably won't need image generation in this particular scenario. And then the code interpreter, this is where it will interact with the information that you've actually uploaded. So in this case, you may actually want to turn that on. There are some advanced actions here where you can connect it to other programs. Again, for the purposes of this training, not getting into that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click create. When you click create, you have a couple of options. You could keep this just for you as you're building it and testing it. You could share it with anyone that has the link, or you could actually put it in the GPT store. So there's a few different reasons why you might do that. If you put it in the GPT store early on, it's going to be a little hard to find, but it will still be explorable. If you do anyone that has the link, that's the way you can put it behind an opt-in or a paywall. Of course, the link can be shared, but that's kind of the par for the course with a lot of content we create, right? So anyway, I'm going to leave this for anyone that has the link and click save. Now, in the ChatGPT store or with the anyone that has the link, people that access that only have to have the free version of ChatGPT. And that's the beauty of this, is that you can create this on a $20 account, and then you can share it with people, and all they have to do is sign up for a free account to utilize your system. All right. So again, I didn't train this very well. I didn't upload any content, but I did put in my website and I gave it a little bit of information. And so now I'm just going to choose one of the prompts here, and you can see that it's, even for a poorly trained ChatGPT, it's going to ask some of the things that it found on my website. Because I'm a marketing website, it's talking about audience, it's talking about goals and tone and style, but also still pulling in some key components of what would you actually need to build a workshop. This is how you create a trained ChatGPT. As far as how you actually deploy this, so there's a couple different options here. One of the things I've done is I actually created a funnel designer. So I took my experience in building funnels, my blogs, my website, my methodology on how we help clients build funnels, and I created a lead magnet. This is a simple landing page that I used our system, Marketecs Engine, to build this landing page and this opt-in. Click on the button, form comes up. We'll put in my information here. I consent and I'm not a robot. And then when I click the button, this takes me to the thank you page. Like I said, I put this behind an opt-in. I made this a ChatGPT, a custom trained ChatGPT that has the settings of anyone that has the link. So now all I have to do is put that link behind this button. So when you click this button, you're actually going to open that AI funnel designer. And there you go. This is the Marketecs AI funnel designer. I did provide a little bit of guidance here because of the fact that people do have to sign up for a free account. So I do recommend that. And I gave them a little tutorial on how to use it because, again, if I don't want there to be any barrier to entry here. If somebody opted in for this, I want it to feel easy and I don't want them to get stuck on this thank you page and not know what to do. I described how to use it. I gave some prompts and then I gave some other free resources for this. So this is how I used a trained GPT for an opt-in. Another option that I did is, so I spoke about Marketecs Engine. That is our software program. And we have a community for Marketecs Engine. And so with this, I created a separate custom trained ChatGPT, and it is my support center. So this is our first level support for our software users. And this is, how do I build a funnel? How do I automate emails? And any of these, it's going to tell you how do you do this within the system. So this is how I'm using this for an actual online community. This is one way I didn't have to build out all of those training programs, especially for a platform that has continuous updates. And I have this connected to those continuous updates. Now, don't get me wrong, I still have setup guides in an online course. So I have both options. If people want to go and watch the videos and learn the information, great. If they just want a quick answer, I have the support center too. And that's what's helping me up level this community and my resources and my connections for my users. All right, so those are two examples of how you can use a custom GPT pretty quickly, pretty easily, $20 a month subscription, and creating these AI bots and these AI agents is so easy in this way that I can't see a reason not to do it if you have an online community or a membership course. All right, so I hope this was helpful. If it was, I hope you will go ahead and like the video, maybe share it with someone else who needs it, somebody on your team that could help you. My name is Catherine Ferris, and I am the owner-operator behind Marketecs and Marketecs Engine. I help entrepreneurs and small teams work smarter with marketing, automation, and tech that actually makes your life easier. So if you don't have a team, also feel free to reach out. There is a link to schedule a consultation right in the description of this video. And be sure to check all the links in the description video for more tools and resources to help you get started. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.